All right, it looks like I am live. I am live. I'm gonna wait until a couple of people come in the building. I hope you guys hit that thumbs up when you come through. I know it's been a minute since I've been consistently going live, so it just may be a few people out there that may catch the playback. So if you catch the playback, just make sure you go ahead and hit that thumbs up. Okay, I'm not gonna delay. I'm gonna get right off into it. Okay. Okay, so this video is sort of coming from I want to pull it up here. Okay, so this video that I made today is basically kind of coming from a meme that I seen on Facebook. And when I clicked on the original meme, I seen there was a lot of comments. A lot of people had their opinion. A lot of females had their opinion too. But I seen a lot of men comment too, so it looked like it was a topic that I probably need to discuss. So this is what it said. It said real women don't care how much money a man has. All she want to do is feel love because money can't buy that. Okay, so that's quite a statement. That's quite a statement. So I wanted to just make a video, and I have a few articles to kind of bag up what I'm saying. So as you can see, the title of my video is, most women who only marry for love usually end up paying for it in the end. And I was looking at a few celebrities who have went through things, who have actually got into not only relationships but marriages with men who, basically like had less than them financially. And at the end, these women really did end up paying for it. Okay, so the first woman that I'm gonna get off into, and I have a few of them, I think about three to four. The first woman I'm going to get off into should actually be the poster child for marrying for only love. I think, Wendy Williams is the poster child for this. Okay, so Wendy Williams, she was actually ordered to pay her husband $1.2 million. That was after they sold their home. And she was also paying him alimony. Let me look and see how much alimony she was paying him. It's looking like it said that the judge stopped. Is that 12,000? 12,000 a month. No, she was actually paying him $8,000 a month. She had to end up paying him once they sold the home. Okay, it's finally pulling up. Let me see what this say. Okay, so the judge blocks Wendy Williams' ex-husband from receiving alimony aimed at claiming that he is broke. So I guess he wanted his alimony to continue, and the judge said no. As you guys know, I don't know if you guys heard, but Wells Fargo actually like put like a lock on Wendy Williams' money. So she can't access her money anyway, but they actually threw the alimony out because they seen how she was probably being used. There were probably, not just the alimony, but a lot of things being dipped into her money. And a lot of people probably had hands on her money. She probably didn't even know it. Very sad, but probably true. Hey, Joy Chit Chat. Hey, girl. So good to see you back. Everybody over there on YouTube, what's up? Make sure you hit that thumbs up when you come through the building. And over there on Facebook, too. I hate that I can't see Facebook and YouTube comments. But the people who are watching over on Facebook, if you want to come on over to YouTube, feel free to do that. But it's like he was taking advantage of her. He was really taking advantage of her because of her mental state. As you guys know, I think she has some kind of Graves' disease. And they actually say that Wendy was going through something like a what they would call like Alzheimer's disease. So she really wasn't there in the head. And as you guys know, Kelvin cheated on her, ended up having a baby with the side piece. That's when Wendy said, "Forget about it. I'm done." And as you guys know, Wendy loved him. When she married him, you know, he didn't have a whole lot going on. I think he was like a manager or a promoter, but he wasn't just popping like that. So it was strictly for the love. Don't get me wrong, you should marry for love. But I know back in the beginning of time, even in the biblical days, people actually got married. They got married to, like, it was basically to keep the lineage of money circulating within that bloodline and in that family. It was more strictly into people building wealth and actually, you know, building wealth for their kids. So that was the main reason why people get married. So I'm not saying you should not get married for love, but you really have to get with a mate. I believe it will benefit you to get with a mate, and that's a man or a woman who you could build with. You could build with, because I see there's like a real big push for people just to be in a relationship. And sometimes if you're not married or you're not in a relationship, that could be a point where a person could try to use that and talk down on you. But I look at some people who are actually in relationships and not thrived and not really got in a position of success at all. And I know success is different in different people's eyes, but I'm saying what this is what I'm saying, because I don't want it to come out the wrong way. If you're in a situation and you're with a person 5, 10, 15, 20 years, and you look up and you're still in the same space, or you guys are still sharing a car or still living in a certain place where you probably don't even want to live. Let's keep it real. So it's like you look up and you're in the same space. So you're really not growing, or you're kind of unstable in the situation you're in. It's not a bragging point that you're just married, because you're married. But if you and a person not building together, it's almost like, what is the point? Or sometimes you have a woman who may be with a man that she's with just for love, and she finds herself fronting the whole marriage. And a lot of people that's, you know, not behind those closed doors really don't know what's going on. They don't know. Hey, Katie. Hey, how you doing, Bougie Barbie? Oh, it's been so long since I've seen you. Shout out to you. Shout out to the chat. Y'all make sure y'all hit that thumbs up when you come through. It's so good to see you, Barbie. Let me highlight that. So yeah, Wendy Williams, I feel like, is the poster child for the whole "I just married for love." And going off to the next person, I think, and this has been in news like lately here. Let me see if I can share a screen with y'all so y'all can see what I'm talking about. Okay, so it looks like, okay, I'm gonna stop sharing that. Okay, so it looked like Halle Berry, one of the most beautiful women. She's considered to be one of the most beautiful women in the industry, actually. And she has been ordered to pay some child support. And when I was reading into this story, I actually seen that Halle Berry is paying child support to another person. Oh, you okay, girl? I know what you meant. So Halle Berry is paying child support not to one, but two of her baby fathers. And you know, these are not men of color either. These are some non-black men she's paying child support to. So when people talk about this subject of women dating down, women marrying down, women being with men with less than them, let's just keep it real. Some women out here like dating bums. You know, I've been a victim of that. I'm gonna have to do a story time about that. You know, without listing any names, of course. But I'm gonna have a story time in the near future, talk about my situation that I had. But yeah, it's just like, I wouldn't say that it's a push for women, because I was talking to my sister and I was like, do you think it's a push out here for women to date down and to date bummy men now? Do you think it's a push for that? And she was like, no, Katie, I just think it's a whole lot of guys out here that just don't have a lot going on, and it's women out there that's willing to date them. So really, that's what it is. And I was like, well, you got a point there. Cause I mean, at the end of the day, everybody want to feel love. Everybody want to feel love. But sometimes you'll look up if you're in a situation where you're just looking to be loved. If his love is all you need and you don't need growth, you don't need protection, you don't need to be provided for, if you don't need none of that, sometimes you're just going to look up and you're not even going to have love because you were seeking it from a person who don't even have enough to offer. Like if you with a person that hasn't healed, they're broken, they're in a bad situation in their life. And let's just keep it, I'm gonna keep it real right now because I know our country is in a dire state. We're in like a real recession right now. So I understand that aspect, but at least get with a person that you see trying. Are they getting up? Are they going out? Are they looking for a job? Are they looking to grow? Are they looking to be that provider? It's sometimes people look at potential. They look at the potential of what a person has versus what this person is actually doing. And it's really two different things. It's two different things. And getting off into Halle Berry, I think when it comes to Halle Berry is one of the most beautiful women in the world, has always considered to be one of the most beautiful women in the world. But I think, you know, she just likes to be in a relationship, and I don't think it's nothing wrong with it. But I think when you get to a certain point in life and you have the success that Halle Berry has, sometimes it's just best to just work on improving yourself, have you a nice little fling that you have a little fun with, and just, you know, travel, have fun, do you, and live your life. Because sometimes these marriages, if you're getting with a man and you're looking at, you know, the worth of her, I think she's worth like what, 40 million. Let me get off into this article and we're gonna see. Okay, so it says the two will share legal and physical custody of their son. According to the court documents obtained by CNN, Halle Berry was ordered to pay her ex-husband 4.3% of any annual income that she makes above $2 million. So I'm gonna I don't really know. Hold on. I don't have a calculator in my head, but let me see. What is 4.3% of 2 million?
The answer is 86,000.
Oh my God. So, oh, that is messed up. Okay. So it says 8,000 a month in child support, and she will pay for her son's private school tuition, extracurricular activities, health insurance, and all that. But this is what I'm wondering. And I know this is probably a situation that a lot of men of wealth, a lot of high value men, shout out to RIP Kevin Samuel, shout out to him. A lot of high value men are dealing with the same thing that Halle Berry going through. But if you notice, Halle Berry was ordered to pay that a while ago. You haven't seen Halle Berry go live talking about her child support case, talking about, oh, these people got me on child support and this is not fair. You haven't seen her in the camera crying, you know, saying, how much do you want from me? You don't see her doing none of that, talking about child support, you know, getting on panels and having interviews, talking about child support. You don't see her doing this. And Halle Berry, I had just ended up Googling it. She has been ordered to pay like, hold on, I don't know if you guys can see that, but that is 86,000. So she's been ordered, and just think, any of her annual income above 2 million, she's gonna have to pay 86,000 to him, and they actually have joint custody of their son. So, you know, there you go. Another example of a woman who basically dated down and ended up paying, like my title says. When you date down, you're gonna pay. And it's not just going for the women either. Let me put that out there first, okay? Because I know a lot of guys be like, oh, well, when men gotta pay alimony and child support, all the women cheering. I'm not cheering for nobody. But I'm saying there's a big encouragement. You got to think how people always categorize things when it comes to women and men. Women are held to the standard of beauty, and men are held to the standard of their money. So when you have a situation where a woman who is held to her beauty still having to dish out money financially to a man that she used to be with, I mean, isn't there's a mix up in the game somewhere? It's a mix up in the game. So yeah, Halle Berry, she's another great example. And like I said, Wendy Williams is the prime example, the poster child of only marrying for love. So the other person, let me put this on the charger. The other person that I wanted to talk about, you guys are familiar with her. She actually, I believe that was the Wendy Williams show that she took over, but she has her own show now. And her name is Sherri Shepherd. Let me pull this up. So Sherri Shepherd, she ended up being ordered to pay child support to her ex-husband. And it's like this. If you look at this guy, I just looked at him and I'm like, he looked like the type that collect child support. He actually ended up, after he got granted child support, he went into the child support office trying to petition to get more child support money. Let me read this here. Okay, so that's her ex-husband did. And I'm like this, brother, no disrespect to you, but if I'm gonna end up paying a guy and paying child support, I don't know, he probably gonna look a little better than that. Yeah, he'll look a little bit better than that. But you know, to each his own, to each his own. So let's see what this rundown say about Sherri Shepherd. So Sherri Shepherd had her day in family court recently. It says she came in on top. Okay, so the California judge, he threw out the ex-lover Lamar Sally's legal bid to increase his child support. So he was saying, I guess he wasn't getting enough child support. I don't know. Let's see. Okay, so their 2-year-old son, Lamar Jr., it said in a statement, Shepherd and Sally welcomed the child via surrogate. Okay, so she had a surrogate mom. That's how they had their child. The judge determined that the New Jersey has an exclusive ongoing jurisdiction over the child support case, which I guess this is in California. So he was ordered, you know, he's currently receiving $6,400 a month. Why would you go into the court to try to get more? You already get $6,400 a month. That's just being greedy. That's being greedy. And it's coming across like you just some welfare dusty so-called king, the welfare dusty king. Why are you going to petition for child support? I bet you that's probably something you will never hear come from Halle Berry's ex-husband. I mean, and hey, if they talk about it, I'll come up here and talk about it if he try to petition the court to get more child support. Because he almost getting close to $100,000 a year from Halle Berry. But $6,400 a month? Okay, so it's saying the monthly increase as well as the $75,000 in attorney fees. Oh, wow. So he was asking for her to pay the attorney fees from him taking her to court to try to get more money out of her. And he also asked for an increase in the child support payments. So I guess he's sitting there looking at her and let's see, y'all females, you doing the same thing. Just see, you came in after I just said what I said. What's up with your Divine Griffin? Yeah, I just said guys go through the same thing too. But this is one thing, I think this is the difference, Divine, when women go through it, like Halle Berry going through it now, you haven't seen Halle Berry on any podcast. You haven't seen Halle Berry doing any interviews, you know, talking about, oh, these people get me for child support. I don't think women complain about it when it happened to them. Because one thing I can say, I'm going to just say this. I'm not going to put it all in a box and put a bow on it. But I'm going to say, these women who ended up dating down and ended up dating guys with less than them, they knew what they were doing when they were doing it. Just like when the situation was going down with Wendy Williams, when her husband started cheating on her, Wendy did not address it soon as it happened. Wendy didn't get on her show like, yeah, my man got a side chick, and I think he's about to basically leave me and get my money. Wendy was not talking about none of that. She played it cool. And as you remember, when it was happening to Wendy, and Wendy was ordered to pay her husband 1.2 million when she sold the house. And she also had to pay him not only alimony, she had to pay, I think she was actually having to be ordered to help pay his mortgage because he was saying he wasn't working or whatever. And Kelvin is an able-bodied man. He did not have to sit back and be like, oh, I need alimony, I need this, I need that. And then the crazy thing about Kelvin, Wendy Williams' situation, Kelvin was actually trying to like put the son into the mix, like, hey, I be having the son. This son is grown. Wendy Williams' son is grown. Actually, I agree with parents who ask for more child support if the care of the requires more money, but they just lazy and trying to hustle. Yeah, child support is a hustle, and you know what? Bougie Barbie, child support is a hustle for people. I'm not saying a woman or a man. Child support is a hustle for people who don't want to work and they see that they probably ended up having a baby with or previously married to a person that's financially well off, and it's a whole hustle for them. Y'all see the girls doing it all the time. Girls out here getting pregnant by rappers. It's rappers out here, and I could have a whole list. I could do a whole show with the rappers with multiple baby mothers, and these women meet these guys while they're out on tour, out and about at the clubs or whatever. They'll know this man a rapper, and they'll purposely have unprotected, intercourse with this person in hopes of just getting a check for the rest of their life so they don't have to work. As you guys remember, the rapper Nas, his baby mother, I think they said by the time the girl got grown, she had received like 2 to 3 million in child support. And she was actually homeless out here when her child turned 18, Nas' baby mother. So it's like child support is a whole hustle. And the sad thing about it, you see people receiving a lot of child support and they're not doing anything with the money. Like they're not building. Some of these people don't even be using the money on their children. They probably be traveling and buying designer clothes and just stuff like that. Stuff that don't have nothing to do with the child. So yes, I really do think child support is a big hustle. I mean, I never received enough child support to make it a hustle. I never even, me personally, I never petitioned the court for more money. Maybe I should have. People, I've had people tell me, hey, why haven't you went down there? I'm like, I don't want to waste my time. I got better stuff to do. And while I'm walking down here to the child support court, I could just be going to ask my manager, hey, can you give me a few extra hours for work a week? I will ask for extra work and extra hours on my job before I just get out and be like, oh, I'm going to court to get more money out of you just because I think he got a raise or whatever. No, I just don't have time to do that. I think I'd be better off just trying to work harder because me personally, and I'm just saying me, when I made up my mind to have my children, I had my first son when I was 22, my second son when I was 27. Both of me and my son's fathers were in relationships, but it didn't work out. We went our separate ways or whatever. But when I had my children, I always had in my mind, hey, it'll probably come a time where it's just going to be me and my child, just me and my babies. I had that in my mind from day one. So I never chased a man around for a child support check. I went down to the office one time, 2 weeks after he was born, filled out the paperwork, and I moved on with my life. Like, hey, whether I get it, I get it. If I don't, I don't. And as you guys know, when it comes to assistance these days, not after I had my son, but when I had my son, it was by the book that a woman did have to put the father on child support if she needed stuff like daycare vouchers and stuff like that. But now they have it where if you want to receive any type of assistance, whether it's food stamps or daycare or the welfare checks, if you want to get anything having to do with assistance, you're gonna have to put that man on child support. So they got that as a law now. So I would say at that time I needed it, but now that my kids are a certain age, I really don't. It's like I'm to the point where my income is enough where I don't even just need that. My income is enough. But I just think anybody, whether that's a man or a woman, if you put into a position where it's just going to be you and your child and you just got to make it, that's why I think it's so important that you don't have so many kids that you can't take care of, because you're going to be put in a lot of desperate situations. And don't get me wrong, it's people out here with one child that's probably struggling now with the condition of our economy. But the less children you have, the better. When you have a lot of kids, you put a lot of stress not only on you, but it's a lot of stress on the kids too. It's a lot of stress on the kids too. So it's just like, if you don't have like a whole lot of stress, it makes it a lot easier when it comes to raising your kids. That's why I say, when I had kids, I had in my mind, it might just be me. So I'm gonna just keep it at 2 kids. That's enough for me. That's enough for me. I don't want to have too many kids, because it's never a guarantee. Even when it comes to married people who have children, your mate could go overseas and fight and probably not make it back home. Your mate could go to work, a drunk driver riding around being stupid, and might not make it back home. So when you have a lot of children, it automatically makes it harder for you. So you can't depend on other people's income. You can't depend on that. A person, like I said, a person can go disabled at any time. Like you out here just trying to depend on a person's income, and they'll go disabled sitting around waiting on their disability check to be approved. They're not working, and you set yourself in a position to depend on them. You're gonna automatically put yourself in a bad situation. So I just say, get out and work harder, and you don't have to go and petition for more money. Make your own money and support your child. At the end of the day, they always say mama's baby, daddy maybe, but I guess daddy baby, mama maybe, when it comes to the Halle Berry situation. But, shout out to Halle Berry, shout out to Wendy Williams, and, shout out to Sherri Shepherd too. They all still doing their thing, and they still thriving, and they still surviving. And then one person that I ended up leaving out of the roster was, Mary J. Blige. Mary J. I think she's still paying her husband. And the thing about the situation with Mary J. Blige, they didn't have no kids together. Mary didn't have any kids with her husband, and she paying all that money. Let me see. Much alimony does Mary J. Blige, right? Yeah, she said facts. Bougie Barbie said facts. Yeah, so they don't have, if I'm not mistaken, do Mary J. Blige have any kids? I don't know. Let me see. I don't know if she got any kids, but let me Google it. They'll tell me. Okay, let's see. Do Mary J. have any kids? Have kids. And I'm thinking, man, so basically, if this woman don't have any children, this man making up for it. He like, well, you don't have any kids, you can give the money to me. I guess that's what he's saying. I don't know. Talented performer Mary J. Blige vocals who conquered all. Hold on. Okay, in the Grammys. Her husband's name was Kendu. She was married to him from 2003 to 2016. So they were married for 13 years. Let's see. Okay, so she became a stepmom. So Mary J. didn't have any kids of her own. So her husband had kids, so she was a stepmother to his children. Okay, and it says that he had 3 children, and she never had any children of her own. Okay, so Mary J. Blige don't have any children, and she still ended up paying money to her husband. That is insane. And let me see this. There's some else. She don't have no kids by him and still ended up having to pay alimony. I know she was mad. How much alimony does hold on? How much alimony does Mary J pay? Let's see. Hold on, is it coming up? Okay.
According to Madame Nori, the Real Love filmmaker previously revealed that she went on tour to make the $30,000 per month alimony payments to her ex-husband, Kendu Isaacs.
Oh my God. That is insane. So Mary J. Blige, she pays $30,000 a month. Mary J. Blige, she married a man with less than her, and look how she had to pay. Look at that. Look, that's me. Look, it's $30,000 a month. Hold on, let me see. That is insane. $30,000. What kind of lifestyle does Kendu have? Kendu, what kind of lifestyle do you have to have that Mary J. Blige will have to pay you $30,000 a month? That's what I want to know. That's what I want to know. Let me see. That is insane. And then you're gonna times that by 12. It's 12 months in a year. Oh my God. $360,000 Mary J pays to him. Dang, I would be so mad. Like, I'm sorry. I would be mad. All the money that I didn't work for. So it's basically looking at this situation, it's almost like he is like her, I don't even want to say the word because I don't think I can be monetized, but PIMP. Like he really was a PIMP. And if you guys remember, like this article says, they got together in 2003. They got divorced in 2016. I don't know if you guys are fans of Mary, but Mary was going through a lot. She was going through substance abuse. So it looked like Kendu met her at a very vulnerable moment in her life. So, you know, most of the time when people meet you at vulnerable moments in your life, they can take advantage of you. And a lot of times it don't end good. That's why I always say it's really good to get your mental together before you get in any relationship, because when you don't have your mental together and you subject yourself and jump into a relationship or a marriage, it gives that other person leverage over you. And I know, you know, when you got the stars in your eyes and the hearts in your eyes and stuff like that, you really don't think about it and you don't realize it. But that person has a lot of leverage over you. And some people take advantage of their leverage if they know you're at a weak spot or a weak point in your life. That's sometimes when the most people will try to get at you because they actually can. It makes it more easier for them to take advantage of you. So you got to watch stuff like that. That's why I always say I want to get myself together, not only physically, you know, get my weight down and get more healthier. I'm working on that now, but I also have to get my mind and my mental together before I even want to consider getting into something really serious. But that's just me. You know, sometimes two people could meet at a point in their life where probably both of them are going through stuff. You know, you got people out here that probably met each other at a drug rehab and they probably bonded from that addiction that they had. But if you're looking at two people that probably bonded in that way, probably the only bond that they have is that. And, you know, sometimes when people move on to a certain point in their life, and then they'll look back and they probably still with that person who they met and they had a trauma bond with, and they got into a whole marriage or a whole serious relationship with them or end up having kids with them. They'll look at it and be like, oh, this kind of stemmed from a toxic type of meetup. We met up under toxic circumstances, which put us both in vulnerable situations. And this relationship probably not panning out exactly the way I wanted. That's why I always say, sometimes you got to get yourself together before you try to get out there and jump into it. And speaking of getting yourself together, so I talked about all three of the women, Tiffany, Mary J. I didn't even plan on talking about Mary J. I just kind of thought about her and talked about that situation. But if you guys were tuned in from the time I came to now, it's about 35 minutes. So I talked about Wendy Williams, Halle Berry, Sherry Shepherd, and Mary J. Blige. Those are 4 women. I'm giving out examples. I'm not just talking out the side of my head. So those were 4 examples of 4 women, very prominent, very successful women who dated down, and they had to pay at the end. Now I'm going to get off into this situation right here. Okay, let me see. I just had it up here. Hold on just one second. Let me find it. Okay. Here. Okay, here it is. Okay, so this situation here, I don't know if you guys heard, but Tiffany Haddish was trying to have a reality show produced, and it's about successful women who marry homeless men. I'm going to let you guys listen to this. And I can't do a screen share because this is like, copyrighted material, but I'm going to let you guys listen. But I'm going to tell you who this is on here talking about this situation. This is Gary with the T, the Brad, and Tamar. And there's another guy on here, but I can't remember his name. But I want you guys to listen to this, okay? This is a whole reality show about successful women dating homeless men. Take a listen to this. Oh, I hope it's not a commercial.
Yep, it's a commercial. Just
okay, you guys listen to this. All right, so okay, so you guys heard that. So Tiffany Haddish trying to come out with a whole reality show. I don't hear anything. Oh, you didn't hear it? You didn't hear nothing? Oh wow. Let me see. I'm gonna have to do it like this. I'm gonna do it like this. Oh dang, I did not know you. I didn't know you guys couldn't hear anything, so I'm gonna have to do it like this. Okay. But yes, Gary with the T. Well, I'm gonna let you guys hear. Okay. Let's see. Okay, hold on. I'm gonna have to do it like this. I'm gonna have to. Yeah, Tiffany is a clown. She is a clown. Shout out to what they say. Bottom line, with the boss. Shout out to you, boss lady. Shout out to you. Yeah, she a whole clown. Let me. Okay, I got it right here on my phone. Let me see. Okay, so I'm gonna push play. Let me make sure it's turned up. Hold on. Okay, you guys listen. Here you go.
Everybody needs love. Amen. I agree with her. But so in an interview before the strike, Tiffany reportedly told the Hollywood Reporter that she's producing an upcoming docuseries about a successful women, and y'all they dating homeless men. That's what's up. Beautiful. Wait, what? It ain't that hard out here. I'm sorry, but let's read on to the story, okay? Let's find out. They're probably more humble. Hold on, we're gonna hold on to God's unchanging hand on this one. Tiffany said she was inspired to produce the show because she once experienced homelessness and believes everyone deserves love. Now, what y'all think about that? People that are having sex for survival are gonna give you everything they got. That's true, but then you have to think about what they were doing before you got them.
Exactly.
Well, you gotta do that with these regular damn. I mean, you might have to do that, but you gotta do it more for somebody that's kind of homeless, probably. But I would date a and they're not gonna have no money. Homeless people don't break really well. Now, sometimes homeless people are the better people to date because, first of all, you know, sometimes they got
no. Listen. I'm gonna pause it for a second, but do you hear Gary with the T says sometimes homeless people are the better people to date, and then the Brat said they're probably more humble. It just seemed like a person who would target and randomly go out and look for a homeless person to date, you have to be very desperate for one. And then another thing, if you out looking for a homeless person to date or marry, you must really want to feel power. You want to feel power in a relationship. So you will go out and get this homeless person because you feel like you're going to have power. But at the end of the day, it's not that power not going to be worth all the stuff that you could actually go through taking a risk and dating a homeless person. Like,
that homeless person was very nice. I mean, he was on drugs, but I mean, he was. But that was. Y'all, what's wrong with you, dog? Yeah, but I mean, I didn't find out till later. But the thing is, when the TV was missing, right? When the couch was gone, your diabetes medicine was all gone. Yeah. Did they ever find who took your car? No, they didn't, but it wasn't him. I think we have a suspect. That's why all your deals. Hey, don't get the head up.
Okay, there we go. Okay, so yeah, he said he actually, Gary with the T, married a homeless person, and as you heard the Brat say, hey, you know, homeless people probably more humble. No, that's not true, because these new age, especially if they're a new millennial type of bum, they have all the confidence in the world. A new millennial bum will come through the door giving expectations, telling you what he like and what he don't like. He or she will tell you, hey, you need to lose weight, you need to do this, you need to do that, and they coming in with no home, telling you what you need to do. So a lot of these homeless people these days, these new millennial homeless type of people, are not humble at all. So please don't think just because you're getting with a person who homeless on the streets that they're going to have so much humility and going to be so humble, because these new age days, it's not like that at all. They are not more humble. And yeah, like I told you, I have my own situation that I want to talk to y'all about dating down or dating a homeless guy. So I got a story time for y'all I'm going to come with pretty soon. So you guys make sure you go ahead and subscribe to the channel. If you have not, hit that notification bell so you'll be notified whenever I go live. I am back, and you know, I'm going to keep it coming for sure. I'm gonna keep my nose to the blog, keep my eyes to the blogs though, most definitely. If anything else transpire, I will be going live again. But thank you guys so much for tuning in. You guys drop down in that comment section. Let me know what you think about women date down. What do you think about, you know, successful women dating homeless men? What do you think about it? You know, they got a whole like online category just for homeless men and homeless women and people who want to date them. So you guys comment below, and thank you so much for tuning in. And I most definitely will be back with another one. And I'm signing out. Katie Talk 101.